can see behind that broken smile. Nice, sweet, smooth, like cocoa bread, cocoa bread. You're nice, sweet, smooth, like cocoa bread, cocoa bread. Skin so smooth like cocoa, with no lose on no toe. Skin so smooth like cocoa.
And I'm gonna have another bite because I always do. Some good cooking, some good food. And I'm gonna take another bite because I'm greedy. Hello, my veggie foodies. Welcome back to Veggie Me Please. As you can see, we have our special guest back, which, as if you didn't know, this is my husband, Corgan. Say hello, Corgan.
Hello, Corgan. Hello. Y'all, what it do?
Anyway, he's the man behind the scenes. He does all the camera work, the lighting. He got the skills, okay? I just show up as the on-air talent, okay? Anywho, so today we are going to talk about and review / recap is CompliPlated, which is Tabitha Brown's new show on Food Network. So basically in that show, of course, you have different, think Chopped, but you know, for like plant-based people. Is that right? Yeah?
And plant-based to a certain degree.
Chopped for picky eaters. Let's say that, because it's not just plant-based people, it's people who eat meat too. You have multiple contestants, they have to cook different dishes, but each dish has to cater to not one, but all of the judges. So of course, Tabitha's plant-based, so each dish has to be plant-based, but then each judge has a different specification. Say they don't like onions, or they don't like mushrooms. Some people, as you will hear soon, do not like fruits or vegetables for that matter. So basically each round, they have to cater to everyone based on what they can't have, okay? So we're gonna start out with talking about episode 1, which is, was it a dinner party?
Yeah,
I can't remember what
it was called Dinner Party. And the cool thing that I liked first when it started is a really neat set. You know, like I just said, like it's kind of similar to like Chopped as far as like the competition style, but just like the vibes and like the set, like it's a really cool set. Like I would want that as my living room, basically, you know. So, but it was really dope. Yeah. I really like the vibes.
Yeah, everybody loves Tab, okay? And if you don't like Tab, I'm gonna pray for you, because honestly, some may not be right in your heart.
What's wrong with you?
Some may not be right in your heart if you don't like Tabitha, okay? Everybody loves Tab. The vibes, the show, good vibes. Even down to the way that they cut or chop people is even just in a loving way. Like, they're so nice. They even give hugs.
Yes. Usually
they'd be like, you're chopped, goodbye. But it's like, oh, you're awesome, you're great, hugs, you know. So anyway, let's get into the first. Okay, so round 1, they had a judge that, so for appetizer round 1 is appetizers. The judge did not like mushrooms, they didn't like citrus, and they also couldn't eat gluten. And then of course, like I said, it had to be plant-based for obvious reasons. Okay, so we'll start out with the contestants. So for the first round, Alexis made something called was it a latke?
You know better than me.
Yeah, a latke, which honestly reminded me like of a fancy hash brown. And it looked really good, and it didn't help because I was hungry also.
Made hungry.
So yeah, and I like that she used almond flour to make it gluten-free. So I'm like...
And to stick together.
And for the binding agent.
Yeah.
Who would have thought? You know, everyone thinks you need eggs or something like that. Even Chef Priyanka was like, how is she going to make this stick together? Almond flour, okay? Almond flour. So I like that. I appreciate it. Like I said, fancy hash brown. It looked delicious. Then we had Kevin. I liked a quote that he used. He said, if you understand food, there's no obstacles. I was like, yes.
He came ready.
He did. He was an amazing contestant. And I like that phrase because it's really true. You can really veganize or vegetize, whatever phrase you want to use, anything. And if you're determined and willing to be creative, you can figure it out no matter what. Like if you love food, you understand food, you can figure it out, okay? It's not hard, y'all.
Yeah. I will say my personal favorite was the thing that was kind of like, what you say it was, like the hash brown?
I think it was like a latke.
it looked a lot of good. I will say that. So, you know, I'm interested in knowing like what some of y'all thought was like the one that was going to win the round, but not even that. Like, what was your favorite? Because that was my favorite. Like, I was ready to just get that off the screen, you know, get a little ketchup.
Kevin made a Vietnamese summer roll with nori jam and pistachio pesto dip. Now, it looked good. The summer rolls looked delicious.
Yeah.
The nori jam sounded delicious. But I was also kind of with Chef Priyanka. I felt like he kind of went all around the world with his flavor combinations because she did make a comment that the pesto did really go with the rest of the dish. And I also kind of thought the same. I'm like, wait, because I'm big on flavors matching. Corrigan, he like, if I like the foods, I'm going to eat it together regardless of the flavor profiles make sense or not.
Yep.
Me, I like my flavor profiles to make sense.
Yep.
So I kind of also felt like that was all over the place, but it looked really good. Alexis, like I said, she made the potato latkes with a tomato chutney. I think we both marked it as our favorites.
Definitely.
Like I said, it looked like a fancy hash brown. It looked really crispy. You know I like crispy.
Fire.
Okay. It looked really crispy. And I loved that she wanted to bring a citrus element or a tart element to the dish, and she couldn't use citrus flavors, so she used cherries. I was like, 10 points for that, because that was creative. So Chef Steven, he did a Caribbean chorizo lettuce wrap with warm mango slaw and chipotle aioli. Now, it looked good to me.
Yeah.
It looked really good to me, but his downfall was the spice. They was like, ooh, too spicy. Yeah, a few of them act like they couldn't even eat it. I really like spice.
Yeah.
I don't know if my stomach likes spice as much, but I like spice. My tongue and my stomach,
they don't
agree. Okay, but I like spice. They weren't feeling the spice, so he did get cut that round. But Chef,
they all did good.
Yes,
though. All of them did good.
They did everything. I would have eaten everything. Chef Jeffrey, Jeffrey with the chef, Jeffrey. He made a butternut squash and sausage fritter. I'm personally not a fan of corn and things, but the judges loved it. That would, if I was on there, that would have been my picky thing. Like, don't put no corn.
Unless it's on the cob.
Unless it's on the cob. Don't put no corn in my food if it's not on the cob. But I will say, like I said, Chef Steven did get cut. I think the spice got him. But what I did like before they went into round 2 was they made a palate cleansing juice. I love that.
Juice shots.
Yeah, juice shots with like ginger and stuff. I was like, yes, for the palate cleanser.
It was vibes. And like I said, like Chopped is like
so serious and stiff. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it was just like, yeah, you didn't do good. Hope you do better. And then it's like, all right, y'all, let's take some juice shots before we keep on going. So it was just vibes.
I loved it. Okay, round 2. So first round was appetizers. Second round, of course, is entrees. So then we get a new judge introduced, which introduces new criteria, I guess we'll say.
Challenge.
New challenge.
Challenge.
So the second judge, he wanted international flavors, no vegetables, nothing green, no fruit, no spice, and then also had to be plant-based for obvious reasons. So first of all, I want to comment on Chef Priyanka's faces. When this man said what he would not eat or didn't like, her face was like
how you gonna do it?
Her face was what everyone was thinking, like, so what are you gonna cook plant-based if you can't use
vegetables,
basically. Fruit, simple things.
Yeah.
His explanation was, I grew up eating stuff out of a can.
I probably would have been like, listen now.
Chop me now. Cut me now.
I'll go. Matter of fact, you want to switch out? So, yeah, that was hard.
But the thing I like about that, though, is it forces you to be super creative. So, first of all, check out my sleeves. I wanted to show y'all these because I feel like I can float away.
It kind of reminds me of The Mask.
Oh, yeah.
Chitty-boom, chitty-boom, chitty-boom.
Second round, like I said, they had to be creative. Okay? So, I read the criteria. So, the first one was Chef Kevin, right?
Yeah.
So he made a grilled Italian sausage. He made grilled Italian sausage with polenta and a corn butter. Okay. Now I told you I don't fool with corn. On the spot. I don't fool with corn, but the way he did this, I was like, I would try that. So what he did was he shucked corn, right? He cut it off the cob. He juiced it. Then he took the juice, put it on the stove, and then he reduced it, and it turned into like a butter. And I was like, wow, that actually looks pretty decent. And the man even the judge, he even liked it. And I was like, I would do that, but I love polenta. Okay, I've actually made a dish like this, like polenta with the veggie sausage. So I'm like, that's all of me. Okay, yep. His was actually my favorite. Next was Chef Alexis. Now she was bold because this man was very specific. Even when she started cooking and he saw them big cauliflower steaks, she made cauliflower steak with chickpea mash. And when she pulled out that cauliflower steak, everybody was like, whoa, you know he don't like vegetables, right? Because he did say, I don't like vegetables. But if you can disguise it or make me be open to it,
I'll roll with it.
I'll eat it, yeah. And so everybody's disguising it, like I said, juice and corn, whatever. This woman do cauliflower steak. And I was like, oh my gosh.
I was like, you're going home.
You're going, right. Because even me, I used to not like cauliflower. Yeah. But now I can appreciate cauliflower, especially cauliflower steak, if it's made correctly.
Fire. It's really good.
Yeah.
But I was just saying
But if somebody who don't like cauliflower yet, or they don't even like vegetables like that, and you trying to tiptoe, like you trying to introduce them to it, and like,
it's real bold.
Yeah, you don't do no cauliflower steak.
Real bold.
But she said, "Oh, he gonna like it. Oh, he gonna like it." He said, "I ain't mad at it, but I don't like it. You haven't convinced me completely, but it wasn't an absolute not. But I would have eaten it. It looked great to me, especially the chickpea mash. I would have done that. I would have smashed her plate, just to be real. Like, she was very creative, but she shouldn't have did that. Nah. Needless to say, she went home after this round. But let's talk about the other ones, which is Chef Free. He made a coconut chili and rice noodle salad, which I feel like it was pretty straightforward. I don't have too much commentary on that one. He did pretty good with kind of masking his veggies. Yeah. So I think he wasn't at the very top on that round, but he also kind of flew under the radar. Yeah. Really, Alexis hurt herself when she thought she could make this man like a whole chunk of cauliflower.
Which makes the last round very funny.
It does. Now, what she could have done was fried the cauliflower steak. If she would have fried the cauliflower steak, I still don't think he would have been like, that was amazing. But I think once you give her that fried element, I think more people are willing to eat fried things. Because fried stuff does make everything better. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't really like corn, but I may would eat a corn fritter when it's not on the cob. You know. But I may would eat a corn fritter. Yeah. I never liked onion raw, but I eat an onion ring.
Oh, blooming onion.
Or a blooming onion. What else I don't like?
I mean, when I first tried to get you to start eating sushi with me, I was like, try fried sushi.
I didn't fuck with sushi, but I do a fried sushi roll. Round 3. So in round 3, they didn't bring in a whole new judge. They brought back the judge from the first round. Yeah. So they kept the judge from round 2, and they brought back the judge from round 1. So not only did they have the pickiness from the second judge that I just told you about, but now they also added in the pickiness from the first judge.
Which is gluten-free.
Yes. So the limitations for a third round was no gluten, no citrus, no fruit, and plant-based. So let's start out with what they cooked. So Chef Kevin, he did a gluten-free bitter chocolate souffle with whipped coconut cream. Mm-hmm. Now, I was super impressed by his creativity with this. I was like, now he doing a souffle. Because most people who know food know souffles take usually at least 20 to 25 minutes, okay?
That's what they say.
Yes, it takes 20 to 25 minutes. And then also, you can't be opening the oven up, open and closing, because then it could fall. It could sink, in the middle. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. This man was able to do a souffle. He put it in the oven about 18 minutes. And was plating with about less than 10 seconds to go and still made it. I would have burnt myself, just to be honest. I would have burnt my hands. Like, what? But it looked good. I'm not huge into chocolate, but I would have smashed his dessert.
It looked good. It looked real good.
Is it?
I would have ate it up.
I would. Chefrey.
Hold on. Let me tell y'all what this man did. This man said, you know what? First off, I really don't do desserts like that. First off, let me just put that out there.
Let's make it clear.
Second of all, this man said, you know what? You gonna get this fruit today. You gonna eat this fruit. That's what you gonna do. Go ahead. Tell me what he did.
So, we already know what the requirements are, like what they can't do, right? So he starts cutting some bread, some circles out of bread. So we like, okay, he making French toast, mango French toast. I'm like, mango French toast. How is he making mango French toast? Yeah, that's a fruit.
That's a fruit.
So then he takes out and slices mango, and he starts cutting the same size circles out the mango. Yep. And me and Corgan like, so you just gonna do some mango anyway? You gonna do some fruit? You gonna do what you want to do at this point? And so Tab like.
She walked over.
Why he using mango? Don't he know he don't like fruit? And the man was like, I don't like fruit, right? And so Tab like, let me go check. And she like, what you making? Cause without saying it, And she like, he don't like fruit. Oh, he gonna like this. And we like, oh.
It's kind of like, when you was younger, and some of my people that's watching, you know what I'm talking about. You go up in the kitchen, you be like, I don't want that. Your mama like, him. That's what he did. He said, him.
Sound good, but if I ain't like it, I wouldn't eat it, honey.
That's you.
I would eat either some cereal before bed or a sandwich if we had some daily meat. If not, guess who went to sleep hungry? Me.
They didn't go hungry.
So he made, it looked good. I was like, yes. Yep. He made a bourbon mango French toast with bacon. I think he said he made the bacon from coconut sugar, which I thought was interesting. I would have to rewatch that or look that up. But that was very interesting. But really, it looked more like crumbles kind of on top to me than bacon. But I will say, I was a little hurt about his portion sizes because I'm like, I need more than that, boo-boo. And that was even like in the appetizer with Kevin, like half a spring roll or quarters of a spring. No, I need a whole roll.
Yeah.
You ain't feeding babies in here. You ain't feeding infants.
Yeah.
I want it all. As Taz, I may need some up. Anyway, so his dish looked good. I was like, I think the portion size could be a little bigger. But what we were most impressed by is the judge liked it. He actually loved it.
The picky one.
The picky one, the one who said he don't like fruit. He said, you know what, I don't like mango, but I'm not even mad at it. I actually love this dessert. And he said he also wanted to lick the plate. I was like, wow. He said he wanted to lick the plate. So I was like, that's impressive. He got a round of applause for that one. And that brings us to the winner. Who do you think won? Chefry won. The one who made the mango French toast. So we thought, since the last round, Alexis got cut for making something that he wasn't a fan of, we thinking, Kevin's execution was almost flawless with the souffle.
Entree on now, he was
yes, everyone loved it. And Chefry, like I said, he was bold and was like, "You gonna eat this fruit today anyway?" So we was like, we was thinking, okay, he going home, right?
Yeah.
He won.
This man won.
And we was like, literally at the end, we was like,
we was looking at each other like,
okay. So my guess was, which I'm not saying he didn't make amazing dishes, because he did. Like I said, like he said, everybody was amazing. Everybody was amazing.
Really good.
Very creative. But I didn't really expect the win. But I will say my guess is that he won because he convinced the judge to like something he didn't like. I think in the last round, if Alexis would have convinced him that he liked cauliflower or vegetables, she may have stayed. But he was able to convince him that he liked something that he didn't like.
And like I was thinking about it when I watched it. At the end of it, I was kind of thinking like, man, what if this is like the purpose of the show? Like, I feel like it aligns with Tabitha, like, just like with vegan or whatever the case may be, it's just like getting people to try things and hopefully end up liking it to where it can lead them to open up their palate to different things. And so if that's what Tabitha and the producers are going for, super dope concept. To be able to help picky eaters, you know, open their minds up to things that they never would try, whatever the case may be. Now, you know, you have some people with allergies and stuff like that. That's one thing, but if this is about basically helping picky eaters, you know, that are able to eat other things, like open up their minds to other things, super dope.
Yes.
Super dope.
This is the plant-based food show I've been looking for on Food Network. So
Yep.
Kudos to y'all. We look forward to the next one. We say 10 out of 10. We loved it. We enjoyed it. We're looking forward to the next one. So I hope y'all like these reviews because we're going to keep doing them. So I hope you like them. Every week. So the show airs Thursday night, kind of late. 10 p.m.
It's down
there. Pacific time. So guess what? That means it's 12 a.m. our time. So we're going to be in the bed because we out. Okay. So
I'm young.
People got to work. We likely will watch it on Friday. And then we'll try to get our review to you by Monday. That's the current schedule. So I hope y'all like this video. I hope you watch the show. If you have, let me know what you thought below in the comments. If you haven't, I say go watch it. And then also come back. Yes. Also come back and tell us what you thought in the comments. So until next time, make sure you like, share, comment, and look forward to our next video.
And make sure you subscribe.
Make sure you subscribe.
Peace, y'all.
Bye, guys.